Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Chiquis and Chill podcast. So, if this is your first time listening to my podcast, welcome. I am your host, Chiquis. I am so happy to have you here. And if you are a regular, thank you. I would not have a podcast if it wasn't for you guys. So, thank you. I'm sending you all a warm hug, a virtual hug. So, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about scarcity mindset. What exactly is scarcity mindset, and why should we have an abundant mindset instead? Well, let's find out. I believe a lot in the law of attraction. I believe in the power of the tongue, the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think. Mind you, we don't always have control, especially of the thoughts, but we do have control of changing the thoughts and not letting that thought become a reality. I truly believe that. And I'm telling you, not only do I believe it, I've experienced it in my life. I have gone from a broken, jaded, tainted human being to a much lighter, abundant person. And when I'm talking about abundance, I'm not talking about money and materialistic things. I'm talking about my happiness and how I've been able to attract love in my life with healing these things that I have learned in my household, from my parents, from our community, from society, from school, from our teachers, things that as children we absorb. And it's not to blame anyone, because the adults in our lives that were meant to be examples didn't have it all together. But since I've learned this, and since I have made changes in my life intentionally, I always use that word, I know, but it's everything to me. We have to be intentional in everything that we do, especially when we're speaking about ourselves and about what we have and we don't have, and what we want to attract. In order to do that, we need to change the way that we think and the way that we speak, okay? Because there's power in that, guys. And everything in the world, whether you want to believe it or not, it's energetic. A lot of people don't believe in the power of the moon and the stars and astrology and all that stuff. It's scientific. I'm not going to get into that, but it's energy, okay? We do come from the stars, guys. I have a song that says it. Somos polvo de estrellas. We come from the stars. It's a whole other conversation. But my point is that we need to start speaking life. What is life? Life is beauty. Life is breathing. Life is positivity. Life is light. Life. That's what I mean when I say speak words of life to yourself, to your children, to your partner, to your employees. It is life-changing. Now, talking about scarcity mindset, I went on a whole tangent, but it was important for me to explain why I'm so passionate about this subject, because I hear a lot of people around me speak about this and how they speak about their finances, especially the finances. And I'm just like, damn, if you were just to change the way you say that, you're going to start attracting prosperity and abundance. Money, yes, but more than that, happiness. Because for me, success is finally getting to a point in your life where there are no secrets, when you don't have to pretend to be someone that you're not, when you're not chasing the money, when it just comes to you because you finally found yourself. That is success. When you can sleep at night and say, I like who I am. Even the mistakes I've made, I like, because I learned. Even the pain I went through, I appreciate it. I'm grateful because I learned, because I'm better. That is success. That is real, true success. Not, 2026 freaking Mercedes and all that. That's great. If that makes you happy, but that should not be everything that makes you happy. Getting back to what scarcity mind is. So let me define, okay? Scarcity mindset. I wrote it down, okay? Because I looked it up and I wanted to get the correct definition. A scarcity mindset is the belief that there's not enough money, time, love, success, beauty, or opportunities. It's the energy of lack rather than abundance. Spiritually, it's rooted in fear. The fear of loss, rejection, or unworthiness, it whispers, if someone else has it, there's less for me. But the truth is, the universe is abundant. God, source, or life doesn't run out of blessings. The more we trust, the more we open ourselves to receive. Rewind that, replay it, listen to it as many times as you need to in order for you to believe it. Trust is the key word, okay? And remember when I told you guys that we come from the stars? That's the universe. It is infinite, okay? Like scientists don't even know when and how and where it stops. Like you throw a rock in space and it keeps going and going and going and going for years and years and years. That's how infinite it is, guys. We have this power within us. We just have to tap into it, believe it, and trust in God, the creator, the higher power, the great spirit, whatever you want to call it, something much higher than you. So that is what scarcity mindset is thinking, oh, this person got it. And always focus on what other people are getting. And you're not focusing on what you can get. Just because they have it or they got that opportunity or that job or they bought that house, that doesn't mean that there's less for you. Like, no, all that jealousy and envy is energy that you should be putting into yourself as, okay, I'm going to use that as inspiration. That's awesome. If she could do it, if he could do it, so can I. Let me focus within. What do I need to fix my mental, spiritual, physical, in order to start feeling confident in myself and knowing that I can also do it because I'm divine, because I come from an abundant universe and God is good and God made enough for all of us. I hear a lot of people, especially when it comes to money, saying, I can't afford that, instead of how can I create space for this? Believing there's never enough, even when your needs are met. Going back to spirituality. Spiritually, fear blocks the flow of abundance, okay? I have a friend that is constantly saying, oh, I can't go, I'm broke. No, I can't buy that, I'm broke. I'm always broke. It's just like, okay, I understand. Maybe you may not have the money for that right now, but if you keep saying that you're broke and I'm broke and I'm broke and I'm broke, you're attracting that more and more and more. It's, you know what? I can't make it because I'm saving my funds. It's as simple as that. But, oh, I'm broke. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. It's just like you keep, honestly, like it might sound silly to some of you guys, but isn't it better to just say something more positive? Even if it sounds silly or whatever the word may be. There's a word that my brother says all the time, Mikey, that I'm like very overly optimistic. I don't know, there's a word. But anyway, I'd rather be overly optimistic and annoying in that sense than just being a negative Nancy. And always just that energy, it holds weight, guys. So it's like, oh, I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I don't have enough. Like, guys, stop. Even me saying it, I'm like, I'm going to blow it away. I'm blowing it away right now because I don't even want that energy. Like, no. Do I have to be a better steward? Me personally, Janae? Yes. Do I overspend sometimes? Yes. Can I be excessive? Yes. I'm learning that right now in this season of my life. A very heavy download that I got in one of my retreats recently is overindulging with food, with clothing, with others. That is my love language. I love to give. And I have to be mindful and be very intentional with how I'm spending the money that God has given me and where I'm going to spend it and with who. Even with myself, even if I can. Like sometimes I just do senseless shopping, guys. And that's something I've been dealing with for a very, very long time. And I think, I know for a long time I was filling a void. And now I think it just became a habit, and it's not a good habit, obviously. So I'm also learning, because today I may have it, tomorrow I may not. But I also don't want to base my idea of abundance on just cash flow and what's in my account. Obviously, we need money to live. But also, how are we using that money? Are we using it in the right way? Also, if we misuse our money and what God gives us, we get to these points in our life where we don't have as much as we did so that we're able to appreciate what we do have financially and learn to use it in a much better way. So that's the money. Now with love, because I used to be that person that thought about love as very scarce. Like it's all good men are gone. There aren't any good men left. They're all cheaters. If one cheats, they're all cheaters. If he's a cheater once, he's going to do it forever. Like all this negative stuff that only kept attracting the wrong man in my life and caused me a lot of pain. I was doing that to myself with the way that I was speaking and thinking. And not only that, I was raised with thinking, if this one doesn't work, next, there's a bunch in line, And I lived my life like that for a long time. I was a runner. I very deeply in my heart, I guess I was afraid of commitment because there were things that I needed to fix and I needed to face. And the relationship I'm in now, thank God, gave me the space to do that. And I wanted it to work. And I just came to the realization that every person I meet is not going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. And if I keep just, next, like that's tiring. That's exhausting. So I was like, I'm going to stick this one out and I'm going to do the work, the hard work of healing and facing myself because it's not pretty. Healing is not pretty, guys. You face yourself and you go through it. But the end, that rainbow at the end of that dark ass tunnel is so beautiful and it's so worth it. So with love, also staying in unhealthy relationships because you fear you won't find love again, that happens a lot. That's having scarcity mindset. I did that as well. Believing you're too old, you're too broken, or too late. Me. I thought that as well. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be I'm in my mid-30s. I don't know if I want to have kids. Who's gonna want that? I'm this, I'm that, I'm broken. That's one of the first things I told Emilio. I'm broken. I'm going through it. I am jaded. I was very honest, and I'm glad I was very honest. But at that moment, it was very real in my life. And I was like, how am I going to change this? I don't want to be broken the rest of my life. Right now, I feel broken. I was heartbroken. I was milked and drained to the very last bit. And I'm like, I never want to feel this again. What am I going to do to change this outcome? To not be in this situation, in this position ever again. And that's when I looked inward, and we've talked about it on the podcast as well. So I have an episode on that. But this shows a lack of trust in divine timing and your inherent worthiness, okay? Inherent. This is our inheritance, guys. We are worthy. It is our God-given right to be happy. It is our God-given right to be loved in the right way. And there is someone for all of us. We are meant to be in this world with a companion. That doesn't mean you have to get married. That doesn't mean, you know what I mean? Like people are thinking, oh, I don't want to. If marriage is not for you, it doesn't have to, but we are meant to have companions. I suggest, because I went through it, like really dig deep and do the inner work in order to attract the right person and say, okay, how am I going to fix this? What am I going to do? And stop blaming everyone else. But you do have to kind of switch that. You're not too old. You're not too this. You're not too that. No. And there is a love out there for you. And not all men and not all women are cheaters. And no, like everyone's going through their own process. And if they once were and they once did cheat, hopefully they've learned their lesson and they've changed. And don't stay in unhealthy relationships knowing that you deserve better, because it is, again, your God-given right to be loved in the right way. We have to believe that. We have to believe that we deserve someone that loves us and see us for who we are, and not just stay in a relationship because you're like, oh, I am too old. Or like stay in a relationship for the kids and only for the kids. Like that's not good for anyone. And again, that's a whole other episode. Anyway, let's move on to career. Career and opportunities, okay. Competing instead of collaborating. We've talked about this too, because it happens a lot in the industry that I'm in. So instead of competing, let's collaborate, okay? Feeling jealous when others succeed instead of inspired. We talked about that a little bit earlier too. This disconnects us from unity consciousness, okay? The knowing that what's meant for you cannot be taken from you. El sol sale para todos. Cada quien tiene su brillo. Everyone has something special to give, and everyone is on this earth for a reason. There is enough for all of us. There's no need to be jealous or try to compete. Like, no, let's collaborate. Let's unify. In unity, there's more strength. And so I wanted to bring especially these things up, money, love, and career, because those are things that I have experienced firsthand and that I had to switch over myself. And in order to do that, we have to realize that's the first step. And you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to tell anyone. You can listen to this episode and think, okay, that's me. There are some things I need to change. And that's okay, because I was there. And it's never too late to change this and to switch over the thinking. And it's going to take a while. I want to tell you, it's going to take a while to train your mind to stop thinking these negative things and to stop saying certain things. It's going to take a while. But the more that you do it, the better. The more that you do it, it'll get easier. And it'll start becoming just a good habit of like, okay, yeah, it's okay. I don't have it right now, but I will have it. I will. I am divine. There's enough for everyone. I am abundant. That's one thing I always say. I am abundant. I am abundance. I'm prosperity. I'm a money magnet. I am a love magnet. All these things. And some people like, and I've seen on the internet, like some people make fun of me because it's just like, oh my gosh, here we go. Yeah. And my life shows it, guys. I have sad days too, but dude, where I've come from and the dark places I've been, y'all, I mean, I'd much rather be how I am. And if I annoy you, then it is what it is. But trust me, it works. So anyway, law of attraction, I'll quickly do that and I'll quickly say it because we spoke about it. But the law of attraction teaches that what we think, feel, and say becomes our reality, okay? When you say I'm broke over and over, you're affirming lack. And the universe mirrors that vibration back to you, okay? Also in love, become who you're trying to attract. That is also a mirror. You know, like it's like, oh, I want this and I want a very disciplined person and a person that takes care of themselves and a person that believes in God, but then you're not doing the same thing. Like we have to be what we want to attract in every aspect of our life. That is a law of attraction as well. And remembering that words are powerful. They create energy and shape our experience, okay? If you speak lack, you attract lack, okay? I just have to keep saying it because it needs to stay embedded, okay? If you speak abundance, you align with abundance. And I'll give you a few examples. Instead of saying like we talked, I'm broke, let's try saying, I'm in a season of building. Money flows to me easily and consistently. I'm learning how to manage and attract abundance with ease. These are things and just a few examples of instead of saying you're broke, we're broke, try saying these things, okay? And I think that's it. I mean, I think I pretty much covered everything I wanted to tell you guys. Obviously, we've talked about it as well here on the podcast. Having an attitude of gratitude is huge and it goes a very long way. Being grateful for what you do have and stop focusing on what you don't have. That definitely will also bring and attract a lot more for you. Like counting our blessings. That's important. Like if you want God and you want the universe to send you more goodness, like you have to be grateful for the plate you have in front of you, not the steak dinner that you wish you could go to. It's, hey, I have beans and rice on my plate and a tortilla. Thank you. Thank you, God, for this food. One day I'll be able to have that steak at that very expensive restaurant. But right now, these beans and this rice is so much better because I'm being fed. Those things go such a long way, guys. And I don't know, we have to like with the scarcity mindset, like it happens more and more. And I see it more and more because of everything on social media and how a lot of people pretend to have these lavish lives and people just want and don't focus on what they have right in front of them. And it's something that if you practice what I'm telling you, I promise you it works. It's worked for me, and you have to believe it. From the bottom of your heart, know that you are worthy and you are valuable and you are divine and you deserve it. Yo me lo merezco, me lo merezco, me lo merezco, me lo merezco. I deserve it, and really believe it and claim it and affirm it. So that's that, guys. I think this episode. I have a lot more that I wrote for you guys, but I can probably save it for another episode because I have like affirmations and all that good stuff. So let me know in the comments. Let us know. Give us your feedback on what else you'd like to hear from me. Anything that I can help you with, any advice, something that you feel that I'm missing. If you do want a whole episode of affirmations in different, aspects or in different areas of your life, I can also do that. I love affirmations. And I love the law of attraction, and I believe in it. So anywho, that concludes this episode today, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in, for being here, for loving my podcast. When I see you guys out on the street or at my autograph signings or comments on social media, and you guys say how much you love my podcast, it makes me so happy because I love doing it. And I just pray that God gives me an abundant amount of topics to continue so that we can be together for another season. Anywho, I love you. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And remember, you are the medicine, okay? You can attract anything and everything in your life. Live with good intentions and live with intent, with good intent. All right, guys, I love you. Hasta la próxima. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.